Okay, today I'm going to go over some homework here. This is the first homework assignment you had, Algebra 2, Day 2. The first one you had was the translations. That was a Google form. And this was our next assignment. Again, I don't accept late assignments, so there's no point in doing them if you're sending them to me late. I mean, it will help you for your quizzes and your tests if you have done them, but I'm not accepting those. You will not get points for those. I put it in 2 different videos. Additionally, I want your homework sent to me by either uploading it to Google Classroom, whether you take a picture of it or if you do it on there, upload it as a PDF so that I can grade it correctly. I don't want you emailing me your homework. All right, let's get started with this. Or sharing it, that's the other one. People have been sharing it as a document. I don't want it. Do it the right way. That way it's better for both of us. -3 to -1 means that I move to the right 2. I know that because if I'm looking at a graph, that was terrible. If I'm looking at a graph and I start at -3 to get back to -1, I have to move to the right 2. Who would have guessed it? So I go right 2, and then to go from 4 to 2, I have to go down 2. That's it. Number 2, I look at the first point. That's all I really need. -4 to -4 doesn't change. From 2 down to -3 means I go down 5. That's it. Number 3. Number 3, -3 to 1 means that I move to the right 4. Then to go from 0 to -2, I go down 2. Number 4, -1 to -3 means I go left 2. Then from -3 to -2, up 1. Number 5, going from -3 to -4 means I go left 1. From -3 to -5 is down 2. That's it. Next assignment. Identify the parent function for g from its functional rule. The first one, x minus 6 squared. The 2 is an exponent, tells me that this is going to be a quadratic. The 3 is an exponent, tells me that this is a cubic. And just an x means that it is linear. So that's my first 3 answers. Number 4, identify the parent function for each graph, then describe the transformation of the parent function it represents. So the parent function, because this is a u, is a quadratic. What transformation does it represent? It went to the left 2. Our original went through the point 0, 0. So it's a u, goes through 0, 0, 1, 1, then it goes up to 2, 4, goes through -1, 1, and -2, 4. And so I just picked the original up and moved it left 2. Additionally, if you didn't know what the original looked like, you should know it's x squared from the table we made in our notes. And you could get on Desmos and graph it. Number 5 is linear. So whenever we have a linear function, it makes a straight line. Who would have guessed? A parent function of a linear function is just x, which would be a straight line that goes through the point 0, 0, and goes up 1 to the right 1 each time. So how has this changed? It looks like it has been moved down 3. And that's a translation. I guess I should have put that for the first one as well. But if you told me just left 2, I would know what you're talking about. Translation. The next one, it's this kind of wiggly line. That is a cubic function. And that's x to the third. When I look at this and I look at the original, if I put x to the third in, it's going to come up like this and then go up. So this is actually a reflection. The only thing is we can't tell whether it's across the x or the y. So you just stick with reflection. Number 7, graph the data from the table. Describe the parent function and the transformation that best approximate the data set. So, -2, 6 means it's this point here. -1, 3 is there. 0, 2 is there. 1, 3 is there. And 2, 6 is there. So we have a U shape, which tells us that it is a quadratic. So describe the parent function and the transformation that best approximates. That's going to be x squared is my parent function. The transformation, if I went on Desmos and plotted this, you would see it goes like this. So it took our parent function and just moved it up 2. Translation up 2. Number 8, -4, -8 is there. -2, -1 is there. 0, 0. I can already see this is kind of curving, so I know it's not going to be linear. Then 2, 1. And 4, 8. Oh, that's a mess. Just like above, we can see that this is a cubic function. It wants to know what's being changed. This is going to be a horizontal stretch because it's pulled out further than the original. The original would have come up like this. Oops. Gonna need a pen again. The original would have been a little shallower, like that. So this is cubic, x to the third for the parent function, and then it is just a horizontal stretch. So that's it for that one. Look at the next one. Identify the parent function. Practice B. Identify the parent function for h from its functional rule, then graph h on your calculator and describe what transformation the parent function represents. My parent function is going to be a square root. What transformation is being represented? This is going to be a horizontal translation, because it's under the root. I could also say what's happening to it. It's moving left 4. This one is a cubic, just x to the third. This is a horizontal translation. Move to the right 4. Number 3, this is a quadratic. Original being x squared. And then this is a vertical stretch. By 4. Graph the data from the table. Describe the parent function and the transformation that best approximates the data set. So I have -2, -9. Going to go back and down to -9. -1, -2. It's going to be here. 0, -1. It's going to be there. You can already tell that this is probably going to be a cubic function just because of the way it's curving. 1, 0, just there, and 2, 7. Over 2 and up to 7. If I look at this in comparison with the original function, they're the same shape and everything. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull this up on Desmos just to show you. Okay, our equation was -2, -9. So because I know that this is a cubic function already, I can type in x shift 6 to the third. Then I can start typing in these points. -2, -9. -1, -2. 0, -1. 1, 0, and 2, 7. And make sure I got parentheses around those. Okay, so when I look at this now, I can see that my middle point has dropped down, and I can zoom in to -1. This point here dropped down 1 full unit. This point here dropped down 1 full unit. So just by graphing it in Desmos, I can see that the transformation that approximates the data set is going to be a vertical translation. So parent function is a cubic with a vertical translation down 1 unit. Number 5, plot this, 0, 0. 2, 1 is going to be like in here somewhere. 8, 2, be like here somewhere. 18, 3, here. and 32.4 be out here. When I look at this, I can tell it's going up and flowing to the right, going up slowly. This is going to be a square root. How's it being translated? Let's see, we have so I'm going to type SQRT X. Then I'm going to start putting my points in. 002182. 00, of course, 002182. And I can keep going. 18.3.32.4. 18.3.32.4. Okay, I can scroll out now as far as I want. When I look at this, I notice that it's in the same spot starting at 0, 0 for both of them. And then each point looks shrunken down. So it's down a little further than the one above it on our regular square root of x. That tells me that this is going to be a vertical compression. And that's it. Okay. Look for another one of these videos to drop. It's going to be your next homework assignments. I'm not going over that practice C one because, well, I already did that in a video. So